Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have your Mars falling into someone's ninth house in Synastry, or the reversal, their Mars falling into your ninth house in Synastry in the overlay. So this one is kind of similar to what I said about Mars in the third house, although a bit more fiery, but with this placement there is kind of like this natural energy of that we're buddies, we're companions. It's sort of lighthearted, like we automatically assume that this person is just someone who we can do things with, we can get along with. Like it's not super charged like the eighth house overlay. This one is just kind of more relaxed in the sense that we feel like we both feel like each other is just like not a competition, and we can kind of get along in a wide variety of ways. Or the ninth house can also represent beliefs, it even in some cases like religious beliefs, or we could feel like, okay, we don't have to argue about these kind of things with this person. So it's just kind of a natural overlay that the house person can feel like they're more energized with the Mars person, that they get like more Jupiterian in a sense, or whatever the qualities of their ninth house is. Maybe they feel like they would travel with the Mars person. Maybe they, feel like the Mars person expands their mind, expands their horizon, and the Mars person is kind of like this free roaming individual that kind of opens them up. And you can look at the sign that the Mars is in and the house is in to see what kind of energy is happening here. But it's quite a high-minded interplay. Like you generally see each other in a good light. It's not a super sexual feeling. It's not really like Mars in the first house, although that's the other fire overlay. And it's not really like Mars in the fifth house in that sort of romantic way, but it's generally good vibes when we have this, because Mars and the ninth house is kind of like fire on fire. So, but it's a fire of the mind here. So this is a person you could have a really good debate with, but at the same time that you're debating, you don't feel the need to like be better than them. Like there's a, hey, let's just go work together on this and like be, comrades and, kin. Like yeah, it's not super competitive, but you still could have a really good debate with this person and have, a really good intellectual relationship. Or even the Mars person could kind of be like a teacher to the house person, where the Mars person really expands the mind of the house person, kind of like a guru or something like that. Even like in some cases, this could be someone that you meet when you're traveling. Yeah, so anyways, they could meet when they're traveling, or one person could be from a different background, but definitely like a theme of the interaction is mind expansion and connecting with that energy of the ninth house and the wisdom that that brings. And this is definitely, while I said this is like a relaxed interplay for Mars, I don't mean relaxed in the sense of non-energetic. I mean relaxed in the sense of non-threatening, and like you can just easily be yourself and easily like be on the same team with this person. And it's actually pretty fun. So for me, I have Mars, or I have, sorry, my ninth house is Sagittarius, and I have my Jupiter there. So that's a pretty natural energy, and that's an energy that I like to experience. So when I've had someone's Mars going into my ninth house, it's like this fiery, fun, energetic, really getting my Jupiter on, right? So for me, it's quite pleasurable. But you'd have to look at the person's ninth house. If you have your ninth house in Scorpio, that's quite a different energy there that's being brought up. But still, it's not like the intensity of the water houses. It's not emotional. As far as Mars goes, you could have other planets in the overlays being in those more emotional houses, but this in itself is not an emotional overlay. It's like buddies. It's like the third house. The third and the ninth house are pretty underrated in Synastry because we can really get along with people when their planets are falling into these houses. It's more easygoing. It's more like buddies. It's more like learning too. Like it's these are more mental houses, and the ninth house is really about higher learning and knowledge and wisdom. And also, university, like higher education. So, this could be a connection where maybe you're both in university together or something like that. But, in any way, in any form, there's some type of expansion, especially to the house person, where their horizons are broadened because of the association with Mars person. And that, because it's Mars, it's going to be in a more fiery way. So it's not like a gentle broadening of the horizons. It's like a let's go and travel the world and I'll teach you, house person. And if the house person is ready for that experience, then this can be a pleasant interaction. And you have to look at everything. There could be other things going on that would be more powerful than this, like maybe Mars is in someone's ninth house, but then they've got like a stellium into their eighth house. So then it's just all kind of working together. But this in itself is a pretty energetic, like, I'm imagining right now, like it could be like tennis buddies, you've got someone's Mars in your ninth house and your tennis buddies. And then when you're playing tennis, you have these really deep conversations afterwards where you like feel like you learn so much about the world, or you learn a new language or something. Like you're just, your mind is opened from the interaction. So pretty pleasant one. Not super highly charged or sexual or anything, but definitely fiery and mind expanding. And generally you can get along with each other with this overlay. So it's a pretty underrated one, really. Anyways, I'd love to know your experience of this overlay. How did it feel for you? And also, I'm doing requests. Let me know any videos you'd like me to do. I'm doing natal, I'm doing synastry, I'm doing composite charts. So let me know, you guys. And I do offer one-on-one sessions as well. My links are below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye, you guys.